Hello. Hello, hello. Good evening. What's up? Bit of a late start today because I did go out for dinner with my mum. But I'm back and I'm going to pick up Paranormasight tonight. Try and get a little bit further into it. We did finish the first scenario with Shogo yesterday. And we've started Harue's scenario. I'm going to try and make my way through at least a little bit more of this game and try and learn a little bit more about what's actually going on and where the true end is in this, because it's actually been pretty good so far. Been enjoying it. It's been pretty good fun. I kind of wanted to play this a little bit earlier, but of course many other games got in the way, but here we are, and here we go. But yeah, it's been a really interesting story so far, and I like the way that it's set up. It actually makes you immediately suspicious of everybody, which is kind of what you would expect when you're thrust into this kind of scenario. But yeah, it's been a very interesting game so far, and hopefully people have been enjoying watching it as much as I've been enjoying playing it. But yeah, here we go. I think we should just get straight to it because I'd like to actually get a little bit more done today. I've been dozing off today though, and work has been kind of boring, so I've been sort of half in and out of sleep deprivation, which is kind of not cool, unfortunately, but yeah, it is what it is. Might end up getting an early night tonight and then just play a little bit longer tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let's just pick this up because I'm actually kind of keen to see where we are. Right, so getting straight into it. What's up, Shrapnel, as well? How are you doing? Yes, so we've I want to know if there's more branches here though, because excuse me, all of this seems really interesting. It seems kind of linear up to a point though, but I also feel like this, the Shogo's scenario could possibly branch off a bit more. I don't know, it just seems like you could probably leave some people alive along this point and then, you know, see what happens then, but we can probably try that out at some point. These look fairly linear though, the three new scenarios. Yeah, I know it's linear. It feels fairly straightforward, but there might be some branching here and there. We'll soon see. I mean, you can tell basically if there's branching just by looking at the nodes, like the cracked screens. I'm just wondering if there's possibly secret splits here and there, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so we were on to Harue. Went through her backstory, and now it's time to actually go and murder some people. Yeah, just the way I like it. Okay, so yes, despite having obtained the curse of the haunting clappers, Harue Shigema is determined to use the rite of resurrection by stealing the remaining curse stones. She instructs a private investigator, Richter, to find the other curse bearers. Yeah, so I don't know if there was a branch at this point like previously, because you could tell him to either go and investigate and you do things on your own, or you could either get him to investigate and then find the curse bearers and then investigate afterwards. But I don't know, we might come back to it and see if there's any other branching, but whatever, we'll just get going. Go! Right, so it's 1 AM, so she's just got her curse stone. Shigema Mansion reception room. It's been almost an hour since Richter left. He promised he'd call me if anything happened, but he hasn't. So all I can do is wait, and wait, and wait. Put stereo on. Should I put a record on? No, it's too late for that. I'm not in the mood for music anyway. Right, so stereo's fine. The flowers put me at ease just a little. Yeah, flowers are fine. Hanging scroll. That old hanging scroll. I've seen it too often to feel anything from it now. Well, yeah. Newspaper though. That's all that. For the rotary phone, I'm waiting for Richter to contact me, but he hasn't. The fax machine. I rarely find a use for it. I'm going to ignore the newspaper though. I don't know anyone else who owns one. TV. There's nothing on at this hour. See no point in turning it on. The ticking seems so loud. It just goes to show how quiet it is. I'd be going stir crazy. Have a look around. There's obviously that which we can't access anymore. That's fine. Just checking everywhere. Guest table. Come to think of it, I've never offered him any tea. Not that I ever learned how to make it. Get good, woman. Jeez. Anyway. What's this? A newspaper? Must have fallen off the chair. Read it. It's a newspaper. I only leave them in here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Right, look at the society articles. It looks like the city's biggest problem right now is pollution. I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. The river was covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stank so badly it'd make my eyes water. Eventually people started getting sick and it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then, although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog. Okay. Any more? There's one thing Honjo never wants for its horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. Oh, is that who the two detectives were investigating? A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore, not since last year. It brings back bad memories. Suicide at local high school? Oh, I remember that. A high school girl jumped off a roof about a week ago. She was bullied, I think, or maybe it was something about exam pressure. What? But... no, this can't be right. Her name? Michio Shiraishi from Komagata High School? Oh, it's the girl. It can't be. All sorts of articles about the current state of the economy. Now that the post-war boom has passed its peak, we're moving into the era of large corporations. About 220 to 230 yen to the dollar? Wow. That's not that good, really, is it? I do remember like a long time ago when it used to be like 190 to 200 yen to the pound. That was great though, you could buy all sorts of shit for cheap. It was pretty bad for a while recently though. It was like 145 yen to the pound. So actually exchanging money to go on holiday was like quite not like cost effective. I don't know what it is currently though. I think it's like around what, 160, 170-ish I think, something like that. So it's improving for the pound a little bit, but yeah. Anyway. The dollar's down from its height and people are saying it could fall further. Well, so what's new? There's no denying how much of the standard of living has improved in the past few years. It's common to own a car and television now, and supermarkets are better stocked than ever. Yup. Although with everyone flocking to the city, land prices are skyrocketing. Nowadays most people can only dream of home ownership. City centre is going to be nothing but apartments before long. I'm not exactly a businesswoman, so this all feels like another world to me. Culture. Mishima Zaibatsu time. Yeah, I don't read the news that often nowadays anyway. It's like always bad news. No news is good news, as they say. And I studied media, and basically that's how the news always works. It's everything is bad. Very little of it is good. Keep you on edge. And now that everyone has more spending money to go around, people are coming up with all kinds of new diversions. Seems like only yesterday that people were flocking to the arcades to shoot aliens. Space invaders? And now we have these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight into our televisions. PlayStation? Everyone's talking about superhero series, foreign films, and movies based on latest bestseller. Back in my day, fusion rock and folk music was all the rage. But now it's all about city pop and idols. I find it hard to care about that sort of thing anymore. Culture? I hear the new big thing is some mascot line of delinquent birds. Mockingbirds, I think it's called. What was that Richter was talking about? Trends seem to have such short shelf lives now with how quickly the times are changing. Gold mullet, what's up? The Pope has friends. Yeah, kinda. I think I'm just too old to keep up anymore. Young people are leading the way with their modern worldviews. My generation will only fall further behind. Education. Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of one society. If you want to work for a good company, you have to get into a good university. With more people in the running than ever, the competition to get into those universities has gotten fierce though. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. But my boy was too sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore, it'll only remind me of him. I don't really watch much television. It feels as if all the information in the world gets passed through that little black box. But father stopped them from reporting on kidnapping back when it happened. I was glad about that. Less fuss. Now the comedy boom is over, all the comedians are flocking to other genres. The occult seems really popular at the moment. Look at all these paranormal specials. Okay, that's everything, is it? Save! Michio Shiraishi, the same girl who witnessed my son's kidnapping, committed suicide last week? But that means Mr. Jonuichi was terrified of someone who already died? Is that what he meant by curse? Can't work this out on my own. Maybe Richter will know. Why wouldn't he call? Well, I haven't left it off the hook, have I? Beep, beep. I'm waiting for Richter to contact me, but he hasn't. Made sure the receiver is on the hook. It'll ring as soon as he calls. Ah! That must be him. Hello? Shiguma residence. Fade to black. So we're at Komagata. Richter called me out to meet him, and we came here to Komagata Bridge. Richter, there's something I need to tell you. Funny, I was just thinking the same thing. Just as soon as I've had a look around. Aha! From now on, I'm going to be checking every free look area just in case. So, what was that one? 18. Pink Punisher. So that was at the bridge thing. Cool. Don't think there's any more, is there? The Sumida River. The water is filthy and horrid, but at night when it's still, it looks almost peaceful. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Is the Sumida River what you Honjo folks picture when you think of home? Couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right, should have guessed. This was where they found him after he went missing. All alone floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been, how cold he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since then. And I prayed to the river to give him back. To give me back my son. Day after day after day. You know, in olden times people believed rivers marked where our world met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then the Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Meireki, and just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. And as it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Weren't those to prevent flooding? That's what I was told. They were, but that's not all they were for. The other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on the far shore, and stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they're a spiritual one too. So, if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly, that's why the rite of resurrection is here rather than anywhere else, I'm sure of it. And it's probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. Hi Wins, what's up? Good evening. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. And I guess that would make the spot we're standing now right over the water, the border between life and death. So where's Yukari? She's not flying around anywhere. If there was a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. That might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking aloud, ma'am. Well, it's a nice thought. Right, Sumida River. Ooh, that's a lot. Right, so a Class A river that is part of the Arakawa River system, which runs through much of eastern Tokyo and empties into Tokyo Bay. During the Edo period, Sumida's riverbanks played a key role in the transportation of lumber used for construction. In addition to its logistical importance, it was also a place for the common folk to gather and enjoy activities, such as seasonal flower viewing or river bathing. And there exist many woodblock prints depicting such activities. The area became plagued with sewage issues when the surrounding environs were industrialized in the post-war period, but the situation has improved since. Many unique bridges span the Sumida River, including the Ryogoku and Azumabashi bridges, which attract a large number of visitors as sightseeing spots. I think I've been to those before. Massive fireworks displays in the summer are also always sure to draw a crowd. The river has served as a cornerstone for both the city and its people, having both aided in its development and serving as an inspiring backdrop for countless works of art and literature. Okay, cool. That's surroundings? We're on Komagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night, except for street racers. One of the bridges spanning the Sumida River, completed in 1927 as part of the reconstruction effort following the Great Kanto earthquake. It is notable both for its distinctive blue arches and the cutting edge, for the time, techniques used in its construction. There are many bridges stretching across the Sumida River, each boasting a unique structural form and design. Did we read all that? Yeah, cool. Right, so surroundings is good. Sumida River, Richter. So there's not much else besides that. So Richter. He's gazing down at the water. What does he see down there, I wonder? Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Do you mind if I tell you? Go ahead. It must have been about 20 years ago, when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It's full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy and it stank. You could look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. One day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate's hand. Hey yo! What? It was almost a miracle when you stop to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of it that was still recognizable? And that although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, The part that was left would have been an identifiable scar, and that they could tell it had been a murder from the blade marks on the bone? Wait, are you talking about the Nejima murders? So you've heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time? I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. So she's been through a fair share of bad stuff. Also, that's quite a lot of overview. The notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving the murder of a female high school student. It first came to the attention of the authorities when part of a human left hand was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Testing revealed it belonged to a missing female high school student. As it appeared to have been severed deliberately, the police launched a murder investigation. A large-scale search of the river was organized, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. At the time of the incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it has ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it, eventually causing the annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technologies at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, and so the police were unable to open any inquiries. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until a hitherto unrelated individual came to its attention. During a questioning about a separate incident, Fumichika Nejima, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. Nejima testified that he had snatched his victim from the street and confined her in the underground storeroom of his shop, which also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply decided she was an opportune target on seeing her walking alone at night. After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, sewed her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter while she was still conscious. Yikes. As she screamed silently behind her sealed lips, he proceeded to her wrists, her ankles, her elbows, and knees, working her way inwards slowly and methodically. His victim constantly wavered in and out of consciousness. Her ordeal continued until she died of blood loss. Nejima dismembered the rest of the body and disposed of it behind his home in the Sumida River before cleaning a storeroom and returning to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shocked the nation when they were eventually reported. Once apprehended, Nejima readily divulged the details of the murder but was less willing to explain his motive. When asked, he would only break down in tears saying, "I don't know what came over me, I know it was wrong." In the end, the police could extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse. Although the efficiency of his methods strongly suggested that he had committed similar crimes in the past, no corroborating evidence ever came to light. Nejima was sentenced to life in prison at his first hearing. The sentence was imposed with no appeal from the defendant. That's actually kinda yikes, Jesus. Holy shit. Persons of interest. Oh my god, check out this no-neck guy. The man who made headlines over 2 decades ago as the perpetrator of the brutal killings known as the Nejima murders. No neck. To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. Just a bit grim. That man looks like a thumb. To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just parting around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. Sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny, everyone figures the river's filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there myself. That's right, which is why the riverbed is the last place anyone would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. Times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chopped a body up into tiny pieces and threw it in the river, it would rot quickly and discreetly and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after, Fumichika Nejima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it, it couldn't have been his first crime. And people began to wonder how many other girls he'd murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murders in the end. But the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? That same thought spread throughout everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. So really, this river has been rank with corruption for decades now. Or at least, that's how it seems to me. Well, was that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders. But how could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand. The police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Huh. I guess it wasn't just the killer's day. I guess it just wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. I've got a lot to talk about this river, right? Sumida River. I have nothing but awful memories of it. Okay, that's it then. Cool. Think. Standing around is the last thing I want to be doing right now. This is my only chance to bring back my son. I can't afford to fritter it away. Let's talk. You go first. Please go ahead. Dozo, dozo. Alright then. I've been poking around places connected to the 7 mysteries, looking for curse bearers. And I think I found a few candidates. First, a tall man I ran into in Kinchibori Park. Oh, this guy. He's not a curse bearer though. Although we kind of sort of determined that he wasn't, given that he didn't give us that many curse echoes. I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me. And he was out of there the second he figured I wasn't what he was looking for. Got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer. He's not. And then there's this middle-aged guy I saw in South Warigasui Street. We haven't actually encountered this guy yet. He might have been the one that dragged us into the building in pure darkness, but then ran away when we used the lighter. And then we killed him in the dark without even so much as asking first. There's no question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hand. He had a nervous air about him too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul dregs, I bet. He'd make a good target. Next up is a pair. A young man and a woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. This time the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. Told him I didn't know what he was talking about and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they lurk around there often. Looking for kindred spirits would be my guess. What's the girl's job in this? I wonder. Though it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering soul dregs in a group might be a decent idea if you can make it work. But with things being how they are, it's gotta be hard to find folks one can trust. They've got brass though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Last, there's 2 detectives I've seen sniffing around. The police are involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up in a local park a few days ago. That's the police officer, probably. So they might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And if they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's got to be up. How'd you know where they're from? Let's just say that when you're in this business, there are some faces you get to know. Anyway, that's everyone who's caught my eye. You found all of them in so little time. I really did hire the best. It's all in the game. It's on the name, Richter Kai, P.I. Oh my god. No, wait. Make that. Richter Kai, Investigator Extraordinaire. My, an Investigator Extraordinaire. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An Investigator Extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit. Well, that aside, the middle-aged man and the young couple sound the most promising. Am I right? Whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. It seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus there's still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out. Once more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. And once it's boiling, our chance will come. There's something I need to tell you. What's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi, the one who was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping? That's her. Well, she's dead. She's what? The student who committed suicide last week, that was her. Heard something like that had happened. Never got the name though. Talk about bad luck. We finally get a lead only to find it's turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Jonuchi was so shaken up. He said she was going to curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? Seems like we're back where we started. Not necessarily. That teacher knows something, I'm sure of it. At the very least, I put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her. I see. And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think I've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. A hunch? Well, more of a theory. Care to take a guess? Let's see what he says here. I couldn't say. I'm just an ordinary housewife. I'm not clever enough for all this. Are you sure? I had you down for sharper than that. That's flattering, but I'm afraid you're mistaken. Anyway, that's enough speculation for now. The truth will out in time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Jonuichi. Let me reload that because I'm curious to see exactly what he said. I can guess. I can't say for certain, but... let's see now. What? Mr. Jonuichi silenced Michio Shiraishi with murder? What if Mr. Jonuichi silenced Michio Shiraishi with murder? What do you think? I see, so you think Miss Shiraishi's death might not have been suicide? That would certainly give him a good reason to think she'd hold a grudge, but I'm not sure I buy it. That might be a little far-fetched. Damn it. I see. Sorry if I'm disappointed you. I'm not really cut out to play detective. Well, no point dwelling on speculation. The truth will out in time. Yeah, we'll probably find out at some point soon. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Jonuichi. Let me try again. I just need to know. I'm curious. I can guess. Michio silenced with a curse. What if Michio Shiraishi silenced Mr. Jonuichi with a curse? What do you think? He did mention he was scared of that, but it doesn't tell us anything new. That might... Ah, damn it! Right, I can guess... The... Michio silence Jonuichi with blackmail. Interesting. That's what he claimed was going on, but I wonder about that. Nope, well, far-fetched. Yeah, we're brute forcing it. It's not really a branch. It's just I'm curious to see what it is. So let's say... Silenced with blackmail? So let's go the other way. So if the teacher silenced the student with blackmail, what do you think? Bingo! Exactly my thinking. Jonuichi knew about Miss Shiraishi's connection to the kidnapping, and he used that to blackmail her into doing his bidding. He made her feel so trapped she took her own life to escape. That's my read on it. How despicable. Well, it's just a theory. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Miss Jonuichi. I'll take that. It's not a branch, though. Something wrong? Not really, it just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Nejima murders. So it has. Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed out on parole after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right, I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. That's a terrible idea. Oh, really? Now keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities in yellow, so they wouldn't be recognized in the workplace. New identities in yellow. So, what's his name? That's what he looks like. Fucking huge chin. It's neither of these guys. It's definitely not her or him. It's probably the guy that looks a little shifty. That has the curse that only works in the dark, I think. New identities in yellow. The way you put it, it's like you're saying Fumichika Nejima could be out on parole right now, back in society under a new name with nobody any the wiser. It's possible. As it happens, a little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if that was Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. I see. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. What was it? I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. A janitor, I think. And I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Nejima. Janitor, huh? And he smokes as well. So was he the one that dropped the lighter? Oh? He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remembered too. I told myself I was just seeing things. But perhaps... Perhaps it was him after all. Yeah, I know, Shrapnel. So, what next? Big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. I see. Alright. Suspend? The hell does that do? Does it suspend her quest line then, I guess? You cannot currently progress any further. Once your situation has changed, select resume to try again. Pressing suspend will return you to the story chart. Okay. Suspendo! Hold on a minute. Why is it branching? I mean, it's still lit up unless, of course, it's end of node and then we can continue on after that. Alright, okay, so Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Right, Tetsuo Tsutsumi, Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division, is investigating the mysterious death of a fellow officer. He visits the scene of the incident, former Yasuda Gardens, with his subordinate Jun Eryo. Tetsuo. Tetsuo! So where are the gardens? Ah, the Yasuda Gardens. Hey boss, forensics is all done. The crime scene is clean. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. The park should be able to open back up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. I doubt it'll get many visitors after everything that's happened. Be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Cult stuff is really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the perp is. Somehow I doubt it'll be that simple. Oh, but you know, I've heard that high school girls are really into this spirit board thing these days. Ouija board. Supposedly you can call on spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You can try it out yourself if you're so interested. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. You freak. What now? Stop messing around. You really think we're going to solve this case by moving a coin across a scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. We've got to be open-minded. What if that's how police work is going to be from now on? Don't make me laugh. Right, what do we got? Ouija board. Yeah, that's a very simple Ouija board, isn't it? Due to the occult craze, divination has become popular among young boys and girls. All one needs is a coin and a piece of paper with letters and numbers written on it. Using these, all one has to do is ask a question of the called upon spirit, and it will move the coin and answer. It is believed to be a tool that was adopted from Western spiritualism and molded by Japanese occult enthusiasts. Though it is considered a form of divination, the ritualistic nature of its usage can cause self-hypnosis or auto-suggestion, leading to hallucinations or symptoms similar to spirit possession. Many schools banned these spirit boards after there were several cases of students sneaking into schools at night, in addition to stories of people having seizures when using the boards. Ouija boards. Listen up, Area. You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whoever or whatever that did this, I'll get them, I promise you that. Well, you've got the right attitude, but we don't even know if this was a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing and you can stop seeing everything else. Aye aye, boss. So now that we've finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Now? It's getting late. I figured we'd head straight home from here. Come on, we've got to go over all the info we've gathered. And what better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime where we can soak up the atmosphere? Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? You must be really into this occult stuff if you get off on being in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way. No, don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes. Oh, fine, let's get this over with. Aye aye, boss. Right, so just dump a save here, because we can't do anything with this one anymore. Right. Have a look around first. Surroundings. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokohama Ichome were originally built as part of a daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. Looking around for stickers now. I severely doubt it though, but yeah. Pond? It's a pond. They say it used to flow into the Sumida River, but the river became so polluted that they cut it off. I severely doubt there'll be one here, unless it's stuck on his forehead or something. Just checking. Jun Erio, detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. His rank is Sergeant. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. There's not a huge amount of difference, is there? He looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. What chickens? I don't see any chickens. Right, so I think... Got a bad feeling about this case. My gut is rarely wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. Hey, talk. About the case. So early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realized he was dead. While there were no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means that it's likely that this was a murder. The Sumida office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that about sums it up. Boss? Yeah? Is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but it's all up to the higher-ups. I'm sure they've got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It's all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. We don't know anything about him though yet. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division of the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau. 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was Senior Police Officer. Knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? A meathead. Yes, we were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks together every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed some empathy. And I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yes, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much he had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt he needed an We need an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. Yeah, so Hajime was a police officer with the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau and was primarily responsible for juvenile and education cases. He held the rank of head patrol officer and entered the force at the same time as Jun Eryo. Hajime was found dead under mysterious circumstances at the former Yasuda Gardens early in the morning yesterday. Once a rebellious gang member himself, yeah, he does look like one. He does look a little shifty, doesn't he? Yoshimi turned his life around and used his own experiences to connect with troubled youth as a police officer. While his appearance and demeanor suggested a man who was rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal and caring man at heart. Looked up to as a big brother by his peers. Yoshimi achieved stellar results in his work with juvenile cases, but his consistently sloppy paperwork and less than formal attitude essentially doomed his career and had him writing formal apologies on the regular. He left behind a fiancée whom he had been dating since high school. Okay. Don't worry, you're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. There's one even weirder than you? Yeah, that's the private detective. It's our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially involving one involving an officer. That's that one done then. Hajime was quite the bad boy in school apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. Said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took his studies seriously. It's a good story. Love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honor. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Yeah, I said, in his honor, you should aspire to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. You say that like it's a sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me most, boss. Come on, don't be like that, you'll hurt morale. Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes. I can already see it. Eryo, no! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? I have no idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, that'll be a sight to see, I can't wait. You can't wait for your own death? Get it together, kid. Sheesh, you really are something. Thank you? Question mark? Maybe? Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of like pretext here in a minute. What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family is from Kitasenju in Adachi City, but Hajime's parents died a long time ago. He lived there all alone, no siblings or anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised. It's this huge old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone? Looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being such a delinquent living in a house like that. There's that bias I was talking about. He's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias too. He never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yeah? Hajime was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in school, over 10 years. They just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? He showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. That's so, how terrible for her. But she may know if there'd been anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her. Yeah, his fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a bit late though, considering what's going on tonight. Hey boss, I looked into the case that Hajime was running. Oh great, that's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. In yellow? Okay. The first was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamizawa last week. Ah, okay, so that was the girl who was supposedly involved in the kidnapping of Harue's son. Yeah, I did hear about that. Splat. Girl's name was Michio Shiraishi. She was a second-year student at Komagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. So she'd been troubled for some time. That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. Must have been trouble at home. That's what he thought too. It seems he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they say there was no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. And now she's dead. Then it's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. And that's why I was looking into this Michio Shiraishi again. He must have thought that something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life. But ultimately he never reported the findings of his investigation. I see, and you're thinking that it might have something to do with his death. We'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered. Right, let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow too. Do we actually even get to see what happens tomorrow then? And think. Yeah, so you're just saying that again, right. Not the victim. And what was the other case he was working? This one is also related to a Komagata High School student. A troublemaker named Hitomi Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good. Hitomi Okuda. She doesn't look familiar, at least not from the back. Juvenile delinquency. Fun. It was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault and battery, you name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months and she was finally starting to open up. Then he met with the girl the day he died. Well, every school's got its problems. I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd get on without him. Right, just when she'd finally found an adult she could trust, she might act out without someone to help her get through this. We'll have to make sure the Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job. But... we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her too. Ah, yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her. That's what we hired you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing. Ah, yeah, I'm sure they prefer me over a scary-looking old man like you, boss. Watch it. I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit. Is that just how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. Yeah, it's probably just me, actually. Well, don't think you can get away with that with other people. So anyways, boss. Were you even listening? We've got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the 2 Komagata High School cases that Hajime was handling. And we need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Okay. We don't know how he actually gets his powers yet though. Case notes regarding the death of Hajime Yoshimi, officer with the Sumida Police. Body, no summary. Body found at former Yasuda Gardens. Estimated time of death 2 days prior at approx 11 AM. Cause of death, acute heart failure. Cause unknown. Signs of a struggle found at the scene. Efforts to locate witnesses underway. Body discovered by groundskeeper. Currently investigating the fiancée of the deceased and 2 female students from Komagata High School that the deceased had contact with as persons of interest. Okay. Getting some backstory at least. It's a lot of backstory to go through though. Cause of death. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy is done. From what we've seen though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illness and no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of the park like that, it certainly seems suspicious. Found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. Got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find out who they belong to, we might be able to figure out this whole thing. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only things Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pockets. so we can rule out a mugging. Though there probably aren't many people who'd Though there probably aren't many people who'd think to try mugging a cop as big as him. I've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perp would have to have been pretty strong to take on Hajime. Yeah, because he's chunky. Dude's big. Time of death was around 11 PM 2 days ago, outside of the park's operating hours of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 PM the day before yesterday? What was Hajime doing out here at that time in the first place? It's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that'd be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would of course be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? Someone called him here. It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason. And since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here? Well, that does seem likely. He must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. But Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret. And then they got into a fight? No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There were no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must have planned something. And you think it was meditated? That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him? Well, there's still the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. But we don't know what killed him yet. It looks kinda sus as well. But either way, so glad you're back in the First Division, boss. I've always admired your work. You were like a god to me. You're the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but... Yes, that's because it's true. Couldn't believe you got transferred out the first just as I was assigned to it. To get to work a case like this now, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that, well, how should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about, when you run your mouth like that. It's getting late, you must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss, I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. He's a gobshite, this one. Been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Oh really? Funny, I've been wowed by you too. Eh? On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss? The hell is wrong with you, prying into my personal life all of a sudden? It's just, I've never heard you talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single? Shut it, that's none of your business. Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. Wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that though. How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married some 20-some years ago. Huh? So then... God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't believe she'd give up a guy like you. I was never home much, too focused on work. I'd come home late only to get called right back out again, plus being a cop is dangerous work. Don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. How sad, especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of the first? It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Ario. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? It's the nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it, not unless they're involved with police work themselves or related to someone who is. But wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense. Come on, I promise I don't mean this the way it sounds, but how old is she? Geez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. She's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. Last I heard, she's living by herself and going to college. Wow, a college student. Men love an educated lady. This guy's a bit of a dipshit. Stop that. What kind of cop are you making baseless assumptions like that? She's living on her own though, huh? You must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, so she hasn't told you? Probably because she knows you'd follow around everywhere. I would not, I don't think. Come on now, we both know that's not true. Listen here. You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side. What? That's supposed to be a compliment. Can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this. This guy. We're supposed to be talking about the case and now we're getting into fucking family matters. Well, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Nejima murder. You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied that case at the academy. Oh, so everybody's tied together. That's fascinating. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. All that was just cracking the case, finding the guy. It was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked one little thing, we may never have caught him at all. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right, we didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but we may have stuck Fumichika Nejima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, sir. God damn it. This is why I try not to think about it. I'm sorry. Yes, that's because you're prying. Nosy. About the occult. So all this occult stuff, have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? This rite of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. No, not you too. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. But don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? The whole thing started right here in Honjo in Sumida City, so I thought that maybe... Cut it out. Nothing good can come of getting involved with that rite of whatever or that record of fates. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that. Seriously, this isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy. It's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles. Got it? Can we get out of here now? This is a hell of a lot of talking. Yes, I guess we can. Think. I've got a bad feeling about this case, and my gut is rarely wrong. Yeah, blah blah. Yeah, so is that scene? Okay. This is where the victim was found. It's clean now. It almost feels like there's nothing happened here at all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing that is any consolation. Well, boss, I think that about does it. Right, let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, not the hanged person. Oh god, what is that? Boss, what's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Damn it, it was that case all along. Boss, what is it? Is there something over there? Such deep sorrow. A resentful memory is flowing into my mind. Kill them! Kill them! Those who spread lies. Kill them all. You've acquired the power of the cursed stone, the evergreen beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Oh. Fascinating. Hold on. Right, so... There's my notes. Okay, good. Right. So, blah blah blah, I've read all that. Right, so it kills by hanging one who tries to mislead the curse bearer with false statements. A resentful memory. He deceived us with his so-called rite of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark art swings from a rope. They'd thought the man who escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the daimyo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting netsuke clasps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic, the type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The prosperity that the ukiyo-e boom brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state, as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he'd ended his own life, unable to bear the weight of his crime, but dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man even in death. He hung there for days till his neck stretched horrifically, the visage of pain still etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with dark scars where the rope wrapped around his whole body. The beech's tree's leaves do not fall, and neither did the man's body hanging from it, as the mansion's owner was not at home. Another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment, but the rumors persisted nonetheless. Okay, cool. Right, so we know at least how many curse bearers now? We've got Shogo had one. Takumi probably doesn't have one. The guy in South Warigasui who pulled us in the building has one. The private detective does not have one. Schoolgirl has one. Police officer has one. Hathaway has one. The kid on the bridge has one. We know where most of the curse bearers are now. Excuse me, just have a drink. Ugh. Murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now. Kill. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desire the right. Kill them. Why does he want the right? Is it his wife? Or somebody else? Boss? Boss! Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile. Sorry, I'm fine. Erio, yes? I have some bad news. Oh no, your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No, we've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? Is that where we explain the curses to him? Okay, good. Save. Put that on the curse. Okay, good. Getting there at least. Tsutsumi and Jun are sorting through the facts at the scene of Officer Hajime Yoshimi's mysterious death. Tsutsumi denies the existence of the rite of resurrection until the curse echo of the evergreen beech appears before them. Okay, so I guess he tells him about it, because it's about that time. Okay, so let me get this straight, boss. The rite of resurrection really exists, and to use it you have to kill people using the power of curses from the 7 mysteries of Honjo? And the curse you have is from the story of the evergreen beech that's told in this area? Is that right? Yeah, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake. You weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth. I'm never silly. The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that. It's not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get too close. Are you just being a sore loser, not used to admitting you were wrong? Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. We won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please just listen. You don't have to keep saying it, I'm listening. We don't have time to waste, we'll talk as we walk. Hey, wait for me, boss. The fucking police music now. So we're going to Ryogoku Bridge, are we? This music. Ryogoku Bridge. Sorry, I just want to double check one thing. You're telling the truth, right? This isn't a side effect of your senility. It's the truth. Not like I can prove it, though. I mean, technically you could prove it if you had the curse thingamajig. Also, sticker please? No sticker? Nothing in the surroundings? Think. Revealing the existence of a secret department is against the rules, even to a fellow cop. But this is an emergency, I need his help. I'll tell him. Secret department, what? He's not stupid, but he sure could be slow sometimes. Though I think that positivity of his may come in handy at some point. We got paranormal cops, yes. I'm looking for stickers though, I didn't see one anywhere, so okay. I'm sure you already know this, but this is all top secret, not sharing it with anyone. Right, you can trust me not to. But no, I just can't believe it. I'd heard rumors that you used to be a member of a secret division attached to the Security Bureau. I can't believe we actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs. Yeah, I'm sure it comes as a shock. I couldn't believe it myself. I thought the higher-ups were messing with me. Really had me worried for a while there. No, this is incredible! That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff. You serious? But thinking about it, it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, then of course we need a special department to protect citizens from them. You seem a bit too eager to believe all this. And hang on, I thought you joined up because of me. Come on, boss. Do you only have one favorite food? You can like more than one thing. Yeah, whatever. In any case, the official stance is that the supernatural doesn't exist, so Paranormal Affairs operates in secret. Still not sure why they stuck me there. Those 4 years I worked nothing but cases involving the supernatural. Okay. Spirit Cop. Although officially called the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, Security Division, Special Security Unit, Paranormal Affairs Bureau, that's quite a long name, it is more commonly referred to simply as Paranormal Affairs. Only a handful of people know of its existence, even within the police force. As the name suggests, it specializes in the investigation and resolution of cases involving paranormal phenomena. X-Files. Since the existence of paranormal phenomena is not public knowledge, nor is it readily believed by the general population, the Bureau's activities are conducted in the utmost secrecy. Currently, there are only 5 members, including the chief. The Bureau has a network of psychic contacts across the country who assist with their cases, including Mio Kurosuzu. Who the hell is that? The Bureau undertakes investigations into any suspicious stories that cross their desk, though the vast majority turn out to be hoaxes. Due to the sheer volume of cases, close-lipped, experienced detectives without paranormal abilities of their own, such as Tetsuya Tsutsumi, are sometimes assigned to investigate. The current chief of Paranormal Affairs is a man named Kuiru Nakagoshi. He was born to a family of psychics who have been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations and has served as Mio Kurosuzu's mentor since discovering her. Kuiru is an elusive figure. Very few have met him in person, and he is rarely seen in the office. It is said that this is because he has oft been the target of curses. However, some theorize that it is in fact because Kuiru is not actually of flesh and blood at all. His seat in his office is usually occupied by a Nue, a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore. That's pretty far-fetched. The Nue resembles an ordinary white's thrush and acts as Kuiro's messenger, leading to bizarre scenes of police officers earnestly reporting their findings to a bird. The term Nakagoshi case serves as code name used to refer to cases under investigation by Paranormal Affairs. What the hell? That sounds kind of strange. Person of interest. Jun area. Okay. That's quite a lot of stuff. Blah and blah. Cool. Right. Whoa, whoa, who's that? Someone's watching us. Doesn't seem like they're gonna run. Let's just keep an eye on them for now. So, do you know, have it? Have what? Spirit sense, of course. Are you what they call spiritually gifted? Nope, I've never felt anything at all. Even if I did, I'd be a lightweight at best. One beer and I'm down for the count. Oh, huh. Is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? Like how much liquor they can handle? Nope, that's just me. Though it helped get the point across. Hold on a minute. He did say his daughter was in college or after college, right? I'm gonna file that in the could possibly be column right now. I mean, there's nothing to suggest that they're related, but it's just that the fact that she says the same stuff that he does. Okay. Anyway, right. Sorry, seems like I keep disappointing you. No, it's not your fault, boss. At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop it later on. What? So there's no hope for me? No, say it isn't so. Of course you were interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense that she works on the front lines. I say work, but she wasn't paid because it was supposedly part of her training. Yikes. That seems like it'd be in violation of Article 69 of the Labour Standards Act. Wow, you really know the law? No comment. Even the occult field has workers' rights issues, huh? Yeah, just keep an eye on him for now. The guy looks extremely sus. The haircut and dress code doesn't quite fit any of the characters that I've seen before, so... So, what do we do now? We've got this rite of resurrection and the curse echoes of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Curses being spread around, out around the city is a bit of an emergency. It's that bad? I'll put it this way, it's like handing out guns all over town. Jeez, that's real bad. It is, so we need to find the source and put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually that'd be a job for Paranormal Affairs, but I talked to them on our way here. The main team is tied up until tomorrow night. So they told me to deal with it myself, so it'll be fine since I have some experience. Huh? What? Then that overtime you mentioned means... Yep, you're gonna help me, partner. Alright, let's do this! You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. You really have no reservations working a case you know nothing about? You said this was an emergency. I didn't think we had a choice. Just trying to be logical about this, boss. You really are something. It might actually be nice having you around. Why, thank you. Can keep an eye on this guy just in case. He's not running yet though, so... Your area has good faces. What's up, tower? So, what exactly do we do? If these curses are connected to the 7 mysteries, then the people who have the others should be all here in town. Right, if there's 7 of them, that means there are 6 more out there. And we have to stop them all before they kill anyone with their curses. If we can, we should find and collect all the cursed stones. But boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the rite of resurrection. Won't your life be in danger if they find out you're a curse bearer? Pretty much. We can't let that happen. Should you even be out here right now? Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mystery of the one-sided reed is associated with Ryogoku Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-sided reed's curse bearer. No such luck, it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe word will spread that the cops are on the lookout and people will behave. That's putting a lot of trust in whoever these other people are. But it's possible that other curse bearers with the same idea will come here. Talk to anyone you see who seems suspicious, like that guy over there. Ugh, that means someone who may have the power of a curse. Understood. In that case... Why don't I ask that guy who's been watching us this whole time? Ah, you noticed him too? Well, good luck. Hey, you there, sorry to bother you, but I've got some questions. I'm with the police. Ah, this guy. Thanks for your cooperation. We'll be asking you a few things, Mr. Yutaro Namigaki. That's your name, correct? Yes. I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective? Did something happen? Oh, right, lots of things have been happening around here. Like people dying. You're pretty straightforward, bro. A little too straightforward. So, what to make of this guy? Let's look around. Don't see anything that could potentially be suspicious. If this were a normal case, I'd be fine letting him take the reins. But curses are involved here. I should take over. Boss, let's talk to this guy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Just as soon as I've had a look around. Yes, press X to doubt. Nothing particularly special here. Okay. The man identifies himself as Yutaro Namigaki, a 21-year-old college student. He was watching us so calmly. We need to be careful with this guy. So, what is it you were doing here? Ah, must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens. The dead policeman? Can't imagine a detective would come all the way out here otherwise. Say, Mr. Detective, have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach? One of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, right? Why do you ask? I was just looking for it. Actually, I was wondering if either of you knew anything about it. If it's the Evergreen Beach you're after, you'd be better off looking around the former Yasuda Gardens than here. Oh, you know a lot about this. But that's what I thought. Detectives, you have the curse stone of the Evergreen Beach, don't you? You, how did you know? Erio, you idiot. Haha, well that was much easier than expected. Oh crap, sorry. A simple inference. I figured you'd have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens. If you know that, then... you must be a curse bearer yourself. I have no intentions of hiding anything. I plan to tell you from the start. Look. This is my curse stone. I believe it's called the Foot Washing Mansion? That's right. But are you sure about this? I'm not so rash that I'd kill someone as soon as I found out they were a curse bearer. Not without talking to them first. You're the same, aren't you, detectives? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we? Why has that appeared up top there? I really want to do him right now, you know? Just to see what happens in the story. Press X to kill. Yeah, we have a lie detector. Interesting. Let's just keep talking for a little bit though. Boss? Sure, we'd rather resolve this amicably too. He really is a curse bearer. He may only be talking with us to try and activate his curse. I'll have to be wary of anything he asks me to do. I could tackle him and pin him to the ground, but that might have something to do with his curse. Any slip of the tongue could get us killed. I'll have to try and discern what activates his curse. So, what do I do? Though you're a curse bearer, so please be careful. That's not very good grammar. Fortunately, I don't think he knows which one of us is the curse bearer yet. If we play things right, we should be okay. Dude, stop talking. Yeah, the lie detector just also happens to involve murder. But before we talk, there's something I should tell you. This is my curse stone, the Evergreen Beach, just like you thought. What? Well, boss, why would you tell him? As for how the curse works... Boss, are you having another senior moment? If you tell him that, it hangs to death anyone who'd try to mislead me. If you try to lie to me, the curse stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell. Understand? Whoa, really? That's super useful. I see. Understood. That's a pretty useful power for a detective. Now then, let's talk. Damn, it seems I've lost the upper hand. No point in petty tricks then, I'll be honest with you. Really? Are we supposed to kill him? Let's see what happens though. So far so good. There's someone I'd want to bring back, so I'd like your assistance in collecting soul dregs. Can't help you. Please, all you have to do is tell me who the other curse bearers are. I'm quite tempted to kill him. I mean, that is the point of the game, isn't it? Please, if you help me, I'll let you two go as well. Use curse. I don't trust you. Is that a threat? No. I mean, I don't want to kill him because I'm a detective, but I also want to kill him because it's just fun. What do we do, eh? What do we do? Let's just take this to its conclusion and see what happens first. It's your final warning. Okay. My curse, the foot washing mansion. Did you really think you could escape it just by being careful? Didn't matter to me which of you was the curse bearer. I'll be taking both of your soul drags anyway. Wait, Namigaki! Foot washing mansion is a powerful curse, and so simple to activate. It is ready whenever I need it. There is no escape from the voice of my feet. Ariel, get out of here! Hurry, I'll find you later. What? Okay. The voice of his curse echo? Yeah, it does. What? Why isn't my curse echo working? Possible this has never happened. What's happening? I don't hear anything. Ario, now, grab him! Right. Okay. Pin your ass down. So turning the sound off fucks him completely over, which is extremely funny. God damn it! Yeah, we could have killed him. Boss, here is Curse Stone. Good work, give it to me. Curse Stone acquired, the foot washing mansion. So we've got 2 Curse Stones now. Damn it, why? What do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? No, just hang him off the bridge, that usually works. I haven't even touched you, you can't consider that assault of a police officer. Let him go, all we need is the stone. Ugh, how could this happen, my right of resurrection? Give it up, the right was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you'd be better off mourning whoever you lost the right way. Now get out of here. Damn it! Phew, that was a close one, huh, boss? We'd probably be dead if he had activated his curse. Yeah, I'm not sure what, but something stopped this curse from... Boss, you okay? Does having another curse stone hurt? Yeah, the curse from this one is flowing into me too. Oh no. I saw what activates the curse of the foot washing mansion and the resentful memories bound to it. Ah, I see. I always thought this one was one of the stranger of the 7 mysteries. Now I know why. This sure is something. But what did you see? Let's save that for later. All you need to know for now is that it's a particularly powerful curse. We're lucky we took it from him quickly. Phew. So what does activate it? Right, so kills by crushing one who hears the command wash. Oh, that's easy. Easy and extremely sus. She was an accomplished onmyoji. Alas, she did not use her talents for the good of the world or the people, but for her own selfish pursuit of beauty. After a fierce battle, the woman dragged herself through the streets. It was like something had gnawed away at her body. Will I die? I've already obtained what I needed, as long as I have this. Suddenly a terrible realization dawned on her. Her legs wouldn't move. She fell to the ground. What was happening? Surprised, she looked down. Her foot, once so beautiful and delicate, had grown ulcerated and rotten. He got her. She was on the verge of death and covered in filth to boot. Crawling to a nearby house, her breath caught in her throat. Curious residents opened up but recalled from what they saw. My foot is so filthy. Someone please, quickly. The woman expired while mumbling something unintelligible. And so ended the life of a woman consumed by evil. Huh. Crushing the one who hears the command wash. That's kind of surprising. Well, that makes 1 stone. Where do we go now? We'll visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out. You mean we have to do that all over again? Hope they aren't all as aggressive as him, but... people do crazy things to bring back someone they love. It seems that the hatred the curse stones are imbued with makes people more willing to kill. Really? Then what about you, boss? That's a yes. I'm fine. I may not have any spirit sense, but I'm tough when it comes to this stuff. No, I'm not. That's why they love me in the paranormal affairs. So you are spiritually gifted after all. Alright, let's head to the next place. I mean, I tried to kill him twice. This is where we meet up with Shogo, isn't it? Yeah. Also, seems like there's an additional right at the end there. Right. Tsutsumi and Eryo decide to collect the cursed stones as soon as possible before they become the cause of an unprecedented tragedy. The two obtain the foot-washing mansion from Yutaro Namigaki and head to their next destination. Who's this guy? Midoricho! Thanks for the raid tips. Good evening. How did your stream go? Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but we have some questions for you. Oh, you look sus. Araishi, what? Are you with the police? I haven't done anything. Don't worry, this isn't an interrogation or anything, we just want to talk. You're Hideki Araishi, right? The historian? We know who you are, so this won't take long. But since we saw you here, we'd just like to ask you a couple of questions. Why does he look like... Oh, hold up a minute. Hold up a minute, hold up a minute, hold up a minute, hold up a minute, hold up a minute. No, wait, fuck. Where'd he go? Oh, we don't actually get an entry from him, do we not? Big eyes, small pupils. Nah, not quite. But he is probably one of the curse bearers though. Ah, okay. Oh, there we go. Right, so... Nah, you would have to have some serious facial reconstructive surgery to change your head shape completely and remove the double chin. But yeah, he does have... Oh my god, Aquas, thank you for the raid as well. How's everyone doing? Thank you for the raids. Right, so where are we? Yeah, welcome everyone coming in. We're playing Paranormasight, which is a really good horror-themed visual novel. Currently day 2, going through the side quests, or rather side stories. Yeah, the raid sound. Which is kind of fitting for this game. This game's pretty good though. I definitely recommend people play this if you haven't seen it before. It's a bit of a trip. Excuse me. Hideki is a historian who works part-time as a curator at the local folk museum and as a teacher at Komagata High School. His recent publication on the Rite of Resurrection has caused a stir in occult circles. Hideki is the quintessential obsessive researcher. Despite being entirely unsuited for teaching, he had no choice but to take up a position at Komagata High School in order to make ends meet. While having a captive audience in his classes goes some way to satisfying his need for respect and recognition, his conceited nature makes him unpopular among the students. Lately, he is concerned that articles he contributed for purely monetary reasons have earned him a reputation as a researcher of the occult. But the surgent interest in the topic and the resulting volume of article requests he is receiving are undeniably tempting. Hideki is a regular at the Kurokikyo cafe in Hokusai Street, where he can be found outside his work hours writing essays and manuscripts. His published books include A Study of the Unknown and An Introduction to Bando History. Yes, everyone is here to solve mysteries, yeah. Or try to, at least. Well, let's get it over with. I'm a busy man. Okay. Just as soon as I have a look around for things first. Weird that there's nothing here, like... Jun? Questioning people like this could put unnecessary stress on them depending on their position. This guy is pretty sharp. I'll have to play it safe and only push him when I see an opening. Boss, let's ask Hideki for some questions. Yeah, we're gonna think. Hideki Araishi, he says he's a local historian, but supposedly he knows more about the Rite of Resurrection than anybody. The fact that he's here at this time of night, it's plenty possible that he's a curse bearer. Yes, curse bearer indeed. From appearances, it's hard to imagine this small, bookish, well-spoken man being very dangerous. But in this day and age, you never know. I should be careful. What were you doing? Now, Mr. Raishi, what were you doing here at this time of night? Doing research, of course. Day or night, information never sleeps. That's an admirable philosophy. You know, your research has been quite the talk around town. What was it they were saying? You discovered something about some book? The Record of Fates. Ah, right, you found some kind of ritual in the Record of Fates. What, don't tell me you want to know how to carry out the rite of resurrection too? To be perfectly honest, I'm tired of people asking me about it all the time. None of you even care about the local history. You just come crawling out the woodwork when something interesting comes up. Looks like I hit a nerve. If you think you can force me to tell you because you're policemen, you're sorely mistaken. Save. Was the research you were doing just now also related to the rite of resurrection? Well, yes, that's right. What exactly were you looking for? I have no reason to tell you that. You wouldn't understand anyway. Really? Yeah, let's repeat that one, isn't it? Are you doing all this research so you can use the rite of resurrection yourself? You're a policeman. Do you really think people can be brought back to life? Everyone I meet, pitiful. So you don't believe in the rite? Whether it's real or not has nothing to do with my research. Such things are better left to the occult freaks. Or so I thought. Things changed. It has become necessary for me to pursue the rite. So now I pray that it is real. What changed? I'm sure you can imagine. The funds for my research. I received a large amount of funding for seeking the rite of resurrection. And if I find it, I'll receive a sum so great that I'll never have to worry about money again. Oh, then that means someone is sponsoring your research, is that right? So what if they are? You have no idea how hard we work to secure funding for our research. I have no interest in teaching those children. Listen to me, I'll tell you one thing. Those experts you see writing provocative books or spouting nonsense on TV to try and get popular, all of them are just trying to get the money they need to do their research. With how popular the occult is, saying something even remotely spooky can lead to big money. What? But I bought your book! The pursuit of the unknown begins first and foremost with belief. That sounds familiar. I was so inspired by that bit. I do appreciate your patronage. Unfortunately, however, the occult is not my true interest. The fate of the unknown is to be destroyed by thorough research and deep consideration. No way. Can't believe it. You're surprisingly innocent. Innocent? Question mark. Or naive, one of the two. Then what kind of research do you want to be doing? I'm sure it wouldn't interest you, but to put it simply, the focus of my research is how historical accounts transform into folklore over the years as they were passed down from generation to generation. What does that mean? Due to human bias, the account of any event is inevitably changed by the person communicating it. This is not necessarily done with ill intentions. It happens when someone tries to fill in the gaps in a story that lacks detail. When something's left out or abridged because of the story's length. When a story twists and shifts as it's spread through oral tradition. Even when two stories are told about the same event, differences in culture or environment affect how it's told, changing its content. Silly little things can turn into terribly mysterious legends. My research is the study of how history, culture and legend all influence each other. I see. Interesting. Take the 7 mysteries of Honjo, for example. Why are some of the mysteries seemingly about nothing particularly interesting? You think stories wouldn't last a decade, let alone hundreds of years, so why? Perhaps putting it that way piques your interest? I admit I am curious. So that's why you've been researching all this time. Makes sense. As I said, it doesn't matter to me whether the right exists or not. If people in the Edo period believed that's what was written in the Record of Fates was real, that's all I'm interested in. Saving just in case. But I have to be realistic, the research I'd like to do is unfortunately not very lucrative. That's why I need to take some risks. Okay. This Record of Fates, where did you get your hands on it? The storehouse of an old private residence in the city, just as the public was told. I'm unable to be more precise due to an agreement with my informant. Well, in that case, I think I might have a guess as to what it is you were looking for. Save, branch here. How forward do we want to be with this guy? Also, I need to check something very quickly. Araishi. Unknown if he's a curse bearer, but I think I do remember seeing him. Possible curse bearer. Question mark. Right. Which one would he have? The darkness one. What? Damn it, if you know about that then... Calm down, no need to get so defensive. We both want information, right? Why don't we have a nice, friendly chat? A curse stone? You're a curse bearer? A leaf. Is it the evergreen beech then? Yep. Will you show me yours? This is mine, the ever-burning lantern. Yeah, so he was the one with the ever-burning lantern, which I believe operates in darkness, is it? Curse bearer, ever-burning lantern. Operates in darkness. Interesting. Let's reveal curse details. But I'm gonna chuck this on this slot. I'll tell you this for free. The evergreen beech comes from a man who was hanged for spreading false rumors. But the accusations against him were unfounded and he died cursing those who deceived him. Oh, so that is the resentful memory held within the evergreen beech. The memories of the 7 mysteries are truly fascinating. If only I could collect them all. Do whatever you want, but you should know something. This stone of mine lets me curse anyone who tries to mislead me. But what? But? So don't try and lie to me, I'll know. You would curse a citizen? And you call yourself an officer of the law? That all depends on you. I don't want to use it if I don't have to. But what is it you want? The curse stones are dangerous. I'd like to confiscate yours. Excuse me? But my right! First, let me ask you one thing. You haven't used that curse, have you? No, of course I haven't, I swear. The thing is though, we can use this curse and if he drops dead then we know he's telling lies, but I think probably we're supposed to show restraint. I mean, I tried to kill the other guy like twice. So I guess we're not supposed to use it to kill people, we're just supposed to confiscate these stones. Of course I haven't, I swear. I see. Good. Now, why don't you hand over that stone? Unless you'd rather try using it on me instead. Damn you, I won't give it to you! If I were to say that, what would happen? Would it be a crime? The police are aware of how dangerous the stones are. I could arrest you under Article 1, Section 2 of the Minor Offences Act. Or you hand it over and all you lose is your secret ability. Think of what would happen to all your research if you were arrested. Fine. You can have the stone. Here. Score! Got the ever-burning lantern. Nice. So we're just supposed to show some restraint, I guess? Right, so the ever-burning lantern kills by disembowelment one who finds themselves trapped in the darkness of the curse echo. Ah! Ah, interesting. The thing is, though, I don't know if he actually has used it before. The possibility is that we use it and he drops dead, and then that means we have to redo that entire thing. So when Honjo was filled with samurai residences, the spies of the shogunate lived amongst the townspeople to keep an eye on things. The soba cart on South Warigasui served as one of their outposts. They would communicate to each other in code by turning the lantern on or off. Tonight at 4 AM meant that someone would be having the last soba of their life, and that their belly would be sliced open the next night. An unfortunate incident occurred in which a man attacked a woman in a bout of fury. He regretted it deeply, even declining to invoke the right to defend his honor, but the deed was done. Still he could not accept it. His rage at having been used by his daimyo boiled over, turning into a grudge he would never forget. Nearby he saw a lantern quietly glowing in the light. Nearby he saw a lantern quietly glowing in the night, and when the 6th bell rang, the man cut his own stomach open. Since then, the lantern could be seen alight before the soba cart had opened, and would flicker out suddenly even when there was no wind blowing. As this unsettling phenomenon continued, the rumors surrounding it grew, and soon all were convinced that it was the man who cut open his stomach visiting from beyond. But yeah, like I said, it's possible that if we used it, he would just drop dead, and then we'd have to redo the whole thing, because it feels like this bit's very linear. I don't see any branching going on at this point. Also, we tried to kill the guy before that twice, like I said, and he didn't drop dead either, so it's like, okay. Cool. Good choice. I look forward to seeing how your research pans out. Alright. Would you tell us everything you know about what's been going on? If you help us out, we'll give you all the information we've gotten after we solve the case. What do you say? In that case, will you tell me about all the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries? I believe they are the key to the secret hidden in the record of fates. Sure, why not? I'll learn about them as I collect the curse stones. Cool! But thanks to you, we learned a lot from him. I wonder, the mysteries and rite are all public information. He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers and the source of the curse here hidden. I was hoping he'd at least give us a clue about how to beat these curses. Oh, I see, then we should be more aggressive next time. Really make them spit it out. And by we, I mean you. I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us anything no matter what we asked. But now we know where he hangs out. We can always send someone for him if need be. Right, got it. What is it called, that side-scrolling shmup where you get shot in your shield and charge up your attack? I believe the game was released in mid-2022. Fuck, Draenus. That's probably what you're referring to. Right, got it. I was surprised to hear that there are actually 9 of the 7 mysteries, huh? Yeah, that's 2 extra curse bearers we have to find. We've confiscated 2, so there's 6 more. They could be anywhere in this town. We have to find them fast, or they may start using the curses. No, I think they're already too late. Huh? I didn't tell you this, but there were some soul dregs in Namigaki's curse stone. Really? Then you already killed someone with it? It's not much, so it probably wasn't a curse bearer. Shit. Well, we know who did it. We can make arrangements to take him into custody. We'll have Paranormal Affairs pick him up tomorrow. For now, we'll continue our search. Right, on to the next place. We just have to cross them off the list one by one. Oh, but boss? Good to know we can use the Minor Offences Act to arrest people with curse stones. But why didn't we do that with Namigaki? If we could do that, there'd be no need for Paranormal Affairs. What grounds would a normal detective have to put him under arrest? Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. It's a pretty long branch, this one. Wait. Oh, we can't do that one until... Oh, we can resume this, can we? Let me just save. Can we continue hers? Oh, no, we can't. Shit. Right, so Yako Sakazaki. Yako searches for the rite of resurrection, hoping to revive her friend who jumped to her death. Oh, is that the girl? To get the information she needs, she meets with her classmate Mio Kurosuzu in their classroom at midnight to attempt using a spirit board. Well, that's a terrible frickin' idea. Oh, hello. Mio. That should be everything. Okay, let's start. Ready for this, Yako? I need a second. Sorry, give me a second. It's okay, it's normal to be nervous your first time. There's nothing to be scared of, I promise. Thanks, I'm ready. Big ponytail, kinda cute. So, Yako. Yako is a student in Class 2C at Komagata High School. Unable to comprehend why a childhood friend and classmate, Michio, committed suicide, she attempted to investigate the incident herself. However, she was unable to make any progress and, feeling desperate, invited transfer student Mio to join her in performing spirit board ritual. Born and raised in Honjo, Sumida City, Yako's family has owned and operated the beloved candy shop Senoya since its establishment in the early Showa era. Despite her modest appearance, Yako is a cheerful and vivacious young woman with a sense of duty and compassion so strong that she is easily moved to tears. She is also a bit quick-tempered and quarrelsome, always prepared to stand up against those who harm her family or friends. It is possible, however, that this readiness to fight is more driven by an innate love of chaos. Yako's winning streak against arrogant boys and scraps since she was a child remains unbroken and is the source of considerable stress for her mother, Sakazaki. Probably not. Alright, let's start. This is the spirit board. This is how we'll be communicating. First, we'll put a finger on the 10 yen coin that's on the board. Like this. Just like that. Relax your finger as much as you can. Now for the chant. Repeat what I say, okay? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, please visit us. Your turn. Scepter of the Spirit Board. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Spectre of the Spirit Board. Please visit us. Good. Please tell us if you are there. Whoa, I really moved. Looks like we succeeded in the summoning. We can ask questions now. Right, questions. Start with a question you know the answer to and see the response. Then, when you know your questions are being answered truthfully, you'll ask what you really want to know. Okay, I'll start with something simple. What is the airspeed velocity of a hand-laden swallow? Right, what is my name? I think it should know the answer to this. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, what is my name? Huh, what's the matter? How strange. No. European African. Yeah, it told me no. I bet it means it doesn't know. It may be the Spectre of the Spirit Board, but it doesn't know everything. Is this spirit really the real deal? Yes. It's fine. I feel like it's giving me attitude. What is this place? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, where are we? A high school. High school. High school, that's right. The answers don't seem to be very precise. I'll ask again, what is my name? No. Didn't even hesitate this time. What is this girl? What's the name of the girl across from me? Mio. Mio, that's right. That's not fair. It knows your name, Mio. You even used that weird character you used to spell your name. How flattering. I guess the original Japanese version has the board in Japanese, perhaps, which is why it mentioned the weird character, because that would probably show up on there. Mio. Curse echoes. Mio transferred to Class 2C at Komagata High School about 2 months ago. Though she is an extremely mild-mannered young woman, she exudes a somewhat off-putting dark aura, which makes it difficult for her to form friendships. Mio has, however, found a friend in her classmate, Yako, and has begun opening up to her little by little. The truth of the matter is that Mio is the apprentice of a famous psychic, and possessing exceptional spirit sense, she takes on the troublesome task of surreptitiously handling spiritual disturbances that break out in schools across Tokyo before they become a problem. She transfers schools frequently as a result and thus has trouble making human friends. Mio's already solved an incident at Komagata High School involving a female student possessed by a spirit. Although she takes effort to hide her spirit sense, many develop an impression that Mio has deep knowledge of the occult and the paranormal upon first meeting her, leading her to be anxious that her secrets have been exposed. The most common comment she receives is that she seems to get along well with crows and black cats. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. I bet even the teachers get it wrong all the time. I guess these paranormal beings just tend to take a liking to you. I don't know how I should feel about that. Is it really you? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Are you truly the Spectre of the Spirit Board? No. It said no? Is it lying? Not quite. The Spectre of the Spirit Board is just the temporary name we call them when using the board. We're actually calling a spirit with a strong tie to this place, or one of the people participating. In other words, a spirit that just happened to be nearby just felt like answering. They don't really think of themselves as the Spectre of the Spirit Board. Oh, really? Feels like some of the mystique has disappeared. You mind if I still call you the Spectre of the Spirit Board? Yes. Of course. Yes, okay. Thanks. Always good to remember to say please and thank you. Alright, it's time to try asking serious questions. Yeah. Who does Mio have a crush on? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, what is the name of the boy Mio has a crush on? Hey, if you're gonna ask that kind of question, Doesn't everyone ask this kind of stuff with spirit boards? Besides, I'm curious. No, let's not do this. No. It said no. Yes, that must mean you don't have a crush on anyone. Phew. Yeah, that's it. No is correct. Let's move on. Or maybe... Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Do you mean the boy isn't in our class? Yes! Wow! Hey, stop that. Don't make me exorcise you. If that's the case, then... Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Is it a teacher at our school? No. Oh, no good, huh? Phew. Yako, cut it out already. We made the effort to sneak in at night. We shouldn't waste time with these questions. You've got a point. Okay. Okay, here I go. I'll be serious now. Yes, please. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Did Michio in our class, who died by committing suicide by jumping 1 week ago, really commit suicide? Figures. So it really wasn't? I'm not surprised. I never believed it from the start. Now's the important part. Yeah. So that's Michio. She doesn't look sus. Michio was a second-year student at Komagata High School. She was found deceased 1 week ago in a back alley off South Warigasui Street, her entire body broken and severely contorted. Police determined that Michio committed suicide by jumping from a nearby apartment building. As there was no suicide note, the police based their conclusion on interviews with Michio's peers. Michio was an honest student with a good head on her shoulders and consistently excellent grades, making her a favorite among the teachers. Though she appeared somewhat reserved, she had a positive outlook on life and a courageous spirit. Michio and Yako formed a long-lasting friendship during childhood, with Yako's unbending, uncompromising attitude deeply influencing Michio. However, beneath her strong exterior, Michio had been pushing herself too hard and keeping her emotions bottled up to the point that they risked overflowing. Following her father's death 3 years ago and moving to a new house, Michio began avoiding Yako. Although the two remained in the same area of town and attended the same high school, they gradually grew further apart. Yako herself, worried for a childhood friend but incapable of wading into the complexities of Michio's home life, kept a distance. The days passed, and though Michio longed to confess everything to Yako, the moment to do so never came. Michio carried an old talisman, a memento of her father, with her at all times. She doesn't sound like someone who would kill somebody, though. Kinda curious. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Did Michio die in an accident? Said yes. So it was an accident and not a suicide. Michio. Then did she slip and fall from that apartment building? No. Huh. She didn't? What do you mean? Michio didn't die falling from the apartment building? Yes. No way! If that were true, then why was she lying on the ground like that in the back alley of the apartment building? It was an accident but not a fall. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, what happened to Michio on that day? I think that's too broad. Seems like it doesn't know the details. Then how about, oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, we want to use that rite of resurrection to bring Michio back to life. Do you know where the rite of resurrection is? I wonder. Huh? What is this? Stop, I'm scared. Mio! Yeah, you're gonna get it. Calm down, you can't let go before it's over. Such deep sorrow. A resentful memory is flowing into my mind. Oh, the Fool's Procession. Okay. Kill them. Kill them. Those who hear this sound. Kill them all. You've acquired the power of the Curse Stone, the Fool's Procession. You can use it to kill those who hear the sound produced by the Curse Echo for more than 30 seconds. The effect will be negated if you're seen in that time. Metal Gear Solid, okay. Rules procession. Kills by fatal fall one who hears its music for 30 seconds without seeing the curse bearer. Omio stood atop the tall festival tower. It was her time to shine and she was ecstatic. It had been years since she joined the troupe, but she had yet to enjoy her day in the spotlight. She wasn't particularly pretty, nor was she all that talented. As a gossip and a loudmouth, she wasn't well liked by her peers. Some of the other girls thought of her as a teacher's pet and bullied her. I don't care about them, she thought. I'll use this chance to make something of myself. Everything was perfect. She wore a beautiful kimono and an okame mask over her face. The stage was set. The accompaniment began. She danced with everything she had. Applause rained down upon her from the crowd. Her breathing hastened with excitement. I've got to catch my breath. That's strange, I can't take my mask off. The smell of glue assaulted her nostrils. So that's how it is. I knew it was too good to be true. Her screams were drowned out by the music as she squirmed and struggled. Omio's giving it her all today, we have to keep up, the crowd livened even more. No, no, please help me. She fell from the tower, writhing in pain as she begged those around her for help. The music stopped in time with Omio's heart. Also the mask glued to her face. Murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now, kill! Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desire the right. Kill them. Yeah, we got cursed. Right, save. Don't think that's gonna help though, but yeah, sure. Right. A lot going on tonight, isn't there? Right, the information they gained from the spirit board suggests that Michio's death was not a suicide. When they continue to press the spirit board for the location of the rite of resurrection, a curse echo suddenly appears. 1 week ago. Flashback. Did you hear about Michio in Class C? Yeah, she seemed like the stereotypical honor student in her first year, but she stopped showing up to class and her grades started dropping after her third semester. Though she offed herself because her grades were bad? No fair. Just thinking about practice tests make me want to die too. All anyone cares about is test scores and grades. That's probably not quite the correct thing to put. Did you know I heard Michio's mom remarried last year? They say her new stepdad is a total jerk. Really? How so? Like, he'd peek on her while she changes and couldn't keep his hands off her. We even heard he's an ex-con. If she resists him, he gets violent. It's so scary, no way. I couldn't take that. I'd probably think about killing myself too if I had to deal with someone like that at home. Hear about suicides on the news, but for it to happen here, it's a little scary. By the way, isn't there a girl who transferred into Class C recently? Oh, I heard about her. She's gloomy, doesn't stand out much. Did you know that the school she was at before she transferred also had a suicide? What, for real? That seems like kind of fishy. Very fishy indeed. Looking for things here and there though. Did you hear someone from our school committed suicide? What? Really? Who? I heard that Michio from Class C, right? No way, Michio? You've been acting pretty strangely lately, but I still can't believe it. Is that everything? Aye, teacher. There might be some of you who already know, but a member of our class, Michio, passed away last night. Okay, calm down. I know this comes as a surprise, but please keep quiet. The cause of death is still under investigation, and there's nothing we know for certain at the moment. Detailed investigation reports will come from the police, so please don't go spreading any rumors. Got it? We're sending everyone home for today. No dilly-dallying on your way. School will be off tomorrow as well. Hey you, stop celebrating. Show some respect. There'll be a memorial service scheduled next week at the school assembly. If anyone wishes to pay their respects individually. Several days later. Yako? Oh, hello. Sorry to bug you. It's just, you seem a little different from your usual self. Hoping I'm not being a nosy... But thanks, Mio. Was I acting that strangely? Yeah, enough to make me worry. If you want to talk, I'm happy to listen. Yeah, this is perfect timing. There's actually something I want to ask you. Yeah? Hey, Mio, you know about the rite of resurrection, right? Yeah, it's a thing Mr. Araishi apparently discovered and wrote an article about. I doubt there's many people who don't know. He's always talking about it. Do you believe it's real? Huh? Well, it sounds a little too good to be true to me, but on the off chance that it really works, we could bring Michio back to life with it. I want to find it if there's even the slightest chance of bringing Michio back. But how would you look for it? Right, that's the thing. You know that spirit board thing that everyone's been doing? Where you summon a spirit and ask it whatever you want? Ah, yeah, I know it. I want to try it out. There's something I want to know. Why are you telling me this? I mean, you seem like the type to know about this stuff. Oh, I do? Yeah, you look like you're really into that occult stuff. You know, you've got that kind of gloomy look. I don't know how I should feel about that. But you do know how to do it, right? Well, yes, I think I probably know a little more than most. Okay, please help me. You're my only hope. Michio, I wonder why she had to die. She didn't leave a note or anything, but they announced that it was a suicide. That can't be right. She would never kill herself. Michio was so happy and always looked on the bright side of things. She loved coming to school. I know she was going through some hard times, but for her to kill herself? I never got the chance to speak with her. She was often absent from school, and when she did come in, she looked depressed. You're right. And that's why everyone was so willing to accept that she committed suicide. They acted like they cared, but all they did was gossip about it. They put together little pieces of information and spread rumors like it's the truth. Isn't that terrible? Yes, it is. I've heard some that are really awful. In the end, the only reason they're able to say stuff like that is because they aren't personally involved. It's true that she didn't get along with her new stepdad and her grades went down, but to say things like how sad, no wonder she killed herself, how dare they? She always told me she was okay whenever I talked with her because I was worried. And she would have told me if there was something bothering her so badly she'd kill herself over it. I wouldn't let Michio's death be written off like this. Like, maybe she got caught up in something bad. Something bad? People have been talking about that body found in former Yasuda Gardens, right? Some are saying that this town is cursed or something. Yeah, there's been a strange feeling around things lately. The thing you want to ask is it? Yeah, I want to know about the truth behind Michio's death, and where the rite of resurrection is hidden. I see. I don't know if getting the answer to those questions will be as easy as you hope. Please, the teachers and police aren't any help, and there's only so much I can do alone. If there's even the slightest chance, then... well... okay. If that would make you feel better, then I'll help. Yes, thank you, Mia. Okay then, tomorrow after dark. Let's do some crazy ritual and summon spirits and open the hell gates. Right, okay, so notes on the death. Body discovered 1 week ago. Died from full body blunt force trauma in an alley off South Warigasui Street. Believed to have fallen from the roof of a nearby apartment complex. The deceased parents are recently remarried, and rumors among the students suggest physical abuse by a stepfather may constitute motive for suicide. Yeah, I mean, this game had the Ouija board in English, but they also said that Mio's name was spelt with the strange character, the Yo character. So I'm quite certain that the Japanese version of this game actually had the Ouija board in Japanese, probably. So like a board just completely stocked full of hiragana or katakana, which would be hilarious for a fucking Japanese spirit to actually spell the full name out on. Komagata High School, Class 2C. Huh? Ah, are you awake, Yako? Yeah, what happened? You can't remember? Let's see, we used the spirit board and I suddenly heard something like this weird voice. And then I passed out? Yeah, as far as I can tell, you weren't experiencing any negative effects. I think it was just a mild shock from how sudden it was. Huh. Ah, was everything okay with the spirit? Yep. It was almost bad, but I got it to leave. More importantly, what is that thing you have in your hand? In my hand? Whoa, what the heck is this? It looks so freaky. When did I get this? Oh, there's so much anger and hatred held within it. It looks a little like tools that were used for ancient curses. What? That's so scary. Yako, you just said you heard a strange voice, right? Could you tell me what you heard? Anything you can recall? I think it might be connected to that object. Let's see. It felt like I was at the bottom of a dark place, then this voice felt like it was echoing in my mind. After that, it just kept shouting, "Kill them!" I see. Thank you. Yako, I think you may have exactly what you need in order to use the rite of resurrection. A curse with the power to take people's lives and turn them into soul dregs. What? You mean this is a real curse? I know I said I wanted to use the rite of resurrection to bring back Michio, but why? Why me? It makes no sense. Yako, please calm down and listen. I'm sorry about panicking. No, it's okay. Fear is something we feel in the face of the unknown. Long ago, people would give names to phenomena they couldn't understand in order to live with them. However, modern-day developments in science and culture have pushed for the rejection of things that can't be measured. And so the paranormal has been treated like it doesn't exist. But they've been around since a long, long time ago. If you just understand, you can see that there's nothing to be afraid of. First, calming down is the most important. Accept reality for what it is. Huh. I only really gave this stuff a shot because it was popular, but you really do have a connection with this stuff, don't you? Well, I suppose to an extent. Hey, Mia, what do I do? Where do I start? Am I cursed? Am I gonna die? It's okay, I'll take care of the curse. That's why I'm here in the first place. What? Trust me. I'll take care of things, it'll be alright. Thanks? I was the one who dragged you along to do the spirit board. It's fine, you're desperate to find a way to try and help your friend. But spirit boards are dangerous, you have to take them seriously. So I'm glad you invited me. Alright, let's review everything we've learned so far and think of how to move forward. Okay. We get free look? Okay, we get free look. Oh, we don't get free look. Shit. Yeah, well, Mia's a psychic, so she's already familiar with this kind of stuff. About the curse. What is this curse? Am I cursed? Well, I've only looked into it a little, but I wouldn't quite say you're cursed. It's more like you've gained the ability to use the power of a curse. So there shouldn't be any kind of negative paranormal effect on you. The power to use a curse? You mean this curse stone? Yes, if the curse stone is used under certain conditions, curse will be placed on someone, taking their life and turning it into soul dregs. Soul dregs are said to be required to enact the rite of resurrection. Normally a curse is a spell that would only be usable by onmyoji of considerable talent. I believe that curse stone makes it so that even normal people can use them. It's Fate Stay Night, basically. So someone like me with no knowledge could curse someone? Yes, but it's still nothing to take lightly. You could end up having it redirected right at you. To tell you the truth, something unusual did happen while we were using the spirit board. It happened right around midnight, I think. This whole area seems to be under effect of the Feast of Shadows. The Feast of Shadows? Yes, it's a type of spell that temporarily boosts the potency of the supernatural. It also has the effect of making the powers of certain curse echoes manifest more easily. Judging by its strength, I'd say it probably covers about 3 to 4 kilometer radius. 3 to 4 kilometers, that's big enough to cover all of Sumida City. Yes, I think the Feast of Shadows was used to cause the resentment lingering in the area to manifest as cursed stones. Someone did this. I wonder if we have to find out who did this. But who? I don't know enough to say. But it's likely that it was done by someone who wants to uncover the rite of resurrection. This isn't something to happen naturally. I see. Getting in. Feast of Shadows, a technique that allows one to create a field that temporarily boosts spiritual energy. In addition to amplifying the spiritual power of a particular area, it can be used to amplify the strength of grudges and desires tied to the area. The effectiveness of the Feast of Shadows is dependent on the ability of the user, but it is possible to limit the scope and range of the spell to such a degree that one could use it to amplify the power of even those not naturally gifted with spirit sense. It's quite a lot of phenomena. We've still got 1 more to go. Well, actually 4 more to go. We've got all the mysteries besides 1. Culture, quite a fair bit to go. And a few for the gameplay guide as well. Cursed Stone's powers can only be used in the area under the influence of the Feast of Shadows. The effects also appear after the sun has set. By setting a limit on when they can be used, the curses are strengthened. So the curses can't be used outside this area or during the day? Correct, but speaking of limits, to actually use a curse to kill someone, it seems there are conditions that need to be met. Conditions? You mean like how my curse echo needs someone to listen to the sound it makes for 30 seconds? To be honest, I don't really understand it. Like, how do I even summon the curse echo and make the sound? Do I just, like, will it? You mind if I try? Stop, you shouldn't be using curses so willy-nilly. Even if there are conditions that have to be met, the power to kill someone without leaving behind evidence is dangerous enough. In that sense, maybe you really have been cursed. Sorry that you got wrapped up in this situation even though I'm here with you. That curse stone, I wonder whoever holds it. I think whoever holds it becomes a curse bearer. It would probably be best for me to hold on to it, but then I'd feel bad about forcing it on you. No, I sense a powerful force rejecting me. I don't think I'd be able to take it. Really? Why? If we tried separating it from you, the curse may trigger. So why has that not affected the detective yet then? That's how bad I sense it wants to stay with you. Unless it's just this one in particular. No way. That curse stone might look like nothing more than an old Nitsuke carving, but I can sense a powerful, resentful energy from it. I don't think it'd be a good idea for me to even touch it. I may seem like I know what I'm doing, but I don't know how to handle something this powerful. Yandere rock. Really? This little thing? If you threw it away and someone with bad ideas picked it up, it could be bad. I think it'd be safer to avoid the risk of getting anyone else involved and have you hold on to it for now. Well, now I'm kind of freaked out. Excuse me. Anyways, we need to make it to daybreak. I think the curse should weaken once it's morning. I'll help you find a way to deal with it then. Okay. So there are two things you should remember. First, do not fulfill the conditions while it's night. Second, should you happen to fulfill the conditions, don't use the curse. Right. Okay, so we need to probably stay like visible to people because it's supposed to trigger after 30 seconds and us not being seen. Mysterious voice said the curse stone is called the Fool's Procession, right? Yes, that's from the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, right? Our school is said to be connected with a story with the same name, one of the mysteries. Right, I don't think it's a coincidence. This is just a guess, but possible that you were chosen because it could fuel your desire for the rite of resurrection. If this is a curse of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo... Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, that voice also said that there are other curse bearers or whatever you called them. Not only that, apparently you can get a lot of soul dregs by killing a curse bearer. Right, that's certainly not good. Even if we have no intention of killing others with the curse, there's a chance you may be targeted if other curse bearers find us. We'll have to avoid anyone who has another of the curses. That means we should avoid people at night as much as possible. Easier said than done. But Mio, yes? This curse is real. That means I could bring back Michio if I used it, right? The rite of resurrection would be real too. Yes, that's true. But you can't do that, Yako. But feels like it's not the time to worry about that kind of stuff. If Michio died in an accident, then I'm sure she didn't want to die. What's the issue with putting a little curse on a complete stranger? I sort of feel like it wouldn't be a big deal. Oh, here comes the bloodlust. What's going on with you? You're not acting like yourself, Yako. You would never even consider taking the life of another person. Is it the curse's influence on you? Maybe the curse's echo's grudge is rubbing off on you. Would you show it to me for a second? Is there something inside it? No, stop! Yako? Oh, I'm sorry. But it's like, I just suddenly really didn't want you to touch it. I understand. I'm sorry. But you need to give up on the rite of resurrection. What? Because that's the real curse. Using resurrection as a lure tempts curse bearers into using their curses. You have to resist it. Don't you let yourself be deceived by some curse. But Michio could... I think for tonight we should get you home to rest. I'll walk you. The curse's influence should subside in the morning. Okay. Yeah, trying to get her outside with people roaming around is a terrible idea. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you that you need to give up on the rite. It's beyond us. Even a single curse stone alone is too much to handle. Bringing back the dead isn't something so simple. I know how much it hurts, but please focus on just worrying about surviving tonight. Even now, we're in great danger. Okay, let's get going then, shall we? I'll take the same route we took to get here. Right. We'll be fine, right? There's no one else at school, is there? I think so. The night shift janitor shouldn't be patrolling this late at night either. Oh. What just happened? Huh, what? Why'd the lights go out? Mio, are you okay? Hello, Mio? Uh-oh. She's not here. What's happening? Where are you? I think she's dead. What the hell is that? Huh? Oh no, no, no. What was that? Get me out of here. Mio, Mio, where are you? Yako, I'm here. Over here. Can you see me? Nope. Where? I can't see anything. Oh, there you are. There you are, Mio. This way, over here. Be careful, your field of vision is being limited. Right. What was that? That was kind of suspicious. Where's a lighter when you need one? Yeah, that was surely something pretty sus. Oh, excuse me. Give me a 5-minute break. Just try and decide if I want to keep going because my throat is killing me right now. Yeah, this is actually pretty interesting so far. It seems like we have a lot of pathways still to go though, because we still have Harue's story to go yet. We can't continue that on just yet though. For some reason this is like inaccessible currently, which means we probably have to finish another story off at some point. And this one, I'm assuming, probably goes on for a little bit as well. I also get this weird feeling that somehow some of these will branch into each other. Like they'll cross into each other somehow. Just a feeling. It's possible that might happen. Like, say for example, this here, we get the branch which leads into here, which means that we can actually get this one like continued over, because we actually meet up with this guy at this point. But that's just a thought. So, still a fair bit to go though. It doesn't look like they have any intermediate like story beats as well, because there's like this huge gap here at the moment. And we know we meet the detective with Shogo at some point here, which means that more than likely we probably meet them up here. And then there's Harue there as well. Excuse me. Oh god, my throat is killing me at the moment. Oh god, how's everyone doing anyway? It's been a pretty slow Tuesday today. I just need to stretch a little bit because I've been sitting down all day. Well, this game has been good though. I don't think there's that much left. Nice relaxing horror stream, yeah. I mean, I'm still in the mood for horror games, funny enough. I think at some point I'll probably be playing Signalis, which looks really good as well. And Decarnation. So I think this month is going to be sort of an impromptu Spooktober, except in January. Because that's all I've been interested in. It's more like I'm actually interested in story games currently. Like we played with JB Harold at the beginning of the year, and then we played Where's Lila? No, sorry, Who's Lila? A couple of days ago, which was really cool actually. I enjoyed that one. So I've been in the mood for some more story games since. So this one it was on my list to do for quite some time, and I figured why not play it, because you know it's sitting there, it's interesting, and it could be pretty good fun. And so far I've not really been that disappointed in it at all. I think it's been really good, definitely worth the price of admission. It is quite linear so far, like apart from all of this jumping between the protagonists. Like forced jumping, because you can't really finish a branch off until you've probably covered the rest of the story. So I'm guessing that we have to like go through Yako's story in order to continue on with Harue and Tetsuo at some point. But another story's been really good in this. I've actually enjoyed it, so I am in the lookout for other games very similar to it. There's a couple that are on the list to play this month, so yeah, it should be something worth doing. But yeah, I mean, this game, it's about what I expected for like a visual novel. Pretty linear for the most part. Not really a huge amount of branching. I haven't really seen any indication that they branch into each other, which would have been pretty interesting, but fortunately that doesn't happen, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, there's probably more like this. Most of them are more interactive, I think. I know there's a couple that I had on the list that I really need to find on my hard drives, which I should probably check. One's called Devotion, which is done by a Taiwanese studio. and it's played in first person, but it looks really, really good. Very PT-like, which is what drew me to it originally. Detention was the game that came before that by the studio, which was also equally interesting. So there's that as well. A Decarnation, which is like a pixel art like story game, which looks fantastic. Like, I've been pretty interested in playing that for quite some time. Need to play that. Signalis, which is PS1 style survival horror, that looks really good as well. So yeah, there's quite a few that I'm actually going to be playing at some point, trying to get the story game itch out of my system for a little bit. Always good fun to play these. So as much as I like action-based games, it's always nice to sit down and enjoy a good story as well. Oh yeah, there's Livestream as well. There's a couple of horror games called Livestream that played in like 2D, like side-scroller type. But they look really, really good, and the art style in them are really nice as well. I actually saw like a VTuber, a HoloLive VTuber playing that like a while ago. I think that wasn't HoloLive, it was Niji Sanji. I think Pomu was playing it a while ago, and I thought that looked pretty cool, so I ended up buying the first one because it was on sale for like 65% off or something on Steam. So I need to pick up the second one when that actually hits the sales as well, because I want to play those as well. They look really good though. I think I've seen some stuff from the studio as well. I think there was one game from that studio which was like a murder mystery, but it was a time looping murder mystery. So basically, I think if I remember correctly, the synopsis is you go to a friend's house and your friend murders you, but then you get sent back in time and you need to find some way of escaping the time loop, which is pretty cool. I want to try that out because it looks like it could be hilarious. And I think someone recommended to me 12 minutes, which interestingly is about 25 quid for some reason, but I've seen that like mentioned on a video essay before, and it looks really cool. It's played top down, and it's actually voice acted by some like A-list celebrities, A-list actors, and it looks really cool. Again, it's another time looping murder mystery. Basically, a crooked cop breaks into your house and murders you, and then you get sent into a time loop and you need to find some way of escaping the time loop and stopping him from, like, you know, killing you and your wife. Which is a pretty interesting story to start off with. Could be pretty interesting to play. So yeah, so many that I need to put on the list of things to play. But yeah, it should be a pretty interesting month this month, because I'm in the mood to stream and play some good games. Story-based games, that is. Action stuff can usually take a backseat because I need to be in the mood to play, you know, shmups and other action stuff. But there's always time for a good story. And speaking of which, we should probably get back to it. I'll probably go for another half an hour and then probably break and leave a little bit for tomorrow, because it doesn't look like we've got a huge amount left to do. But we'll get at least to the end of this character node for Yako, and then we'll see how much is left to do for tomorrow. I just need a drink, that's all, because my throat is knacking. I need to find some way of hooking this game into text-to-speech as well, because it'll actually save me the narration throat itch. Because when you talk for a long time, your voice does start to go a little bit, and you can probably tell mine's going a little bit. Whenever I play games where I have to narrate the dialogue, it usually starts getting to me after like hour 2.5, hour 3. Even when I'm drinking a lot of fluid, it still itches a lot, so yeah, I mean, the narration is fine, I don't mind doing it, but like I said, when you play games like this and you're narrating for hours on end, the voice does start to go after a while, so it takes a bit of time for it to relax after that, which is why I try not to do it too often. Yeah, when there's a lot of text, then it can be a problem. I would prefer if the game was actually voice acted, because then you can just let the game, do the narration itself. But if I have to do it, then yeah, I'll do it. But it kind of makes it a little bit hard to do after a few hours. But yeah, it's fine. I don't mind doing it. It's actually kind of fun. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to take a little bit of a break here from, like, you know, constant narration, because my voice does itch a little bit. This game is good though. It's funny as well though, because in the options screen there's actually a setting for voice volume, but there's no voices at all in this game, which is pretty amusing because as you guys discovered yesterday, this is actually a control for a very specific event or set of events in this game. So I just leave it off now because there's no voices we have to worry about. So we don't have to worry about it. It's funny that doing other stuff doesn't affect it either though. Yeah, this game's pretty cool though. It's on Switch as well, so it's definitely worth picking up if you haven't had a chance to play it. Certainly try and experience it yourself. Because games like these are definitely fun to play with, especially with the branch mechanics, because then you start to, you know, figure out, you know, is this going to be a branch? Do I need to save here? You get used to this kind of gameplay style when you've played quite a few, you know, visual novels and text adventures. That's why I'm saving like every so often, just in case a particularly sus bit of dialogue pops up where I think, actually I might need to pay attention to this and, you know, check it for a branch. Escape. After Yako acquires the curse of the Fool's Procession, Mio tries to persuade her to give up on going after the Rite of Resurrection. The effects of other curse echoes are already appearing at the school, so the two hurry to get out of the classroom. Right, so let's get to the end of this and then we'll continue it on tomorrow. So we're still inside the school. Hey Mio, what was that just now? Could it be another curse echo different from mine? I think so, yes. We may have been discovered by another curse bearer. Oh. What's wrong? Shh. Someone's there in that classroom. What? Something moved inside. Well... check it out stealthily sounds like it could be interesting. We can't use our curse at all if we're seen though, so we have to be careful. It might be the curse bearer who used that curse echo just now. If we can see who it is, it might help us decide what to do later. That's true. Okay, be careful. Well, can you see anything? Try and get a look around. Eh? Ah. Huh? Is that our homeroom teacher, Mr. Jonuichi? And the person with him is Hitomi from Class A? It did say that there were more curse echoes bearers though, so these could be pretty sus. Jonuichi doesn't seem like the one with the one which uses darkness though. It's the who is it? Araishi. So it's the historian that has that one. So I don't know what this one is. Schoolgirl's curse bearer. Is it Yako? Activated by sound heard for 30 seconds without being seen. Alright, cool. Right. What? Oh my, what's going on here? Ah, that bastard. He's at it again. I have to kill him. No, you don't. I won't let him get away with this. It's definitely not him, though. What? A curse. I could kill him with it. No, Yako, you can't use the curse stone. What's gotten into you? Resist it. Who's there? Is someone there? This is bad. We have to go before they see us. Okay, so we've got his details. He definitely doesn't seem like a Curse Echoes person, though, but he could be. I think she might be, though. Kohei is an English teacher and the homeroom teacher for Class 2C at Komagata High School. He was seen alone with Hitomi Okuda in a classroom late at night by Yako and Mio. Kohei was an honest student and top of his class back in his high school days. The apple of his parents' eyes, he was placed under immense pressure to attend a first-rate university. The family's plans came to naught, however, when the pressure caused Kohei to sink into a deep depression and fail his entrance exam. Even at the university, he was able to enter. Kohei struggled to keep up with his classes, leaving him a vain but wounded young man. Kohei never aspired to be a teacher, but figured it was the least he could do with his talents. He considers his students to be beneath him and largely looks down on them all. What a dick. Hitomi. Oh, she's the delinquent. Hitomi is a rebellious student in Class 2A at Komagata High School. On the rare occasion when she does show up to school, she skips all the classes and spends time hanging out on the rooftop with her fellow troublemakers. Hitomi is regarded by the teachers as one of the worst offenders among the delinquent students attending Komagata High School. She was a fairly ordinary student when she started high school, however trouble at home in her first year had her take a turn for the worse. She began associating with a group of delinquents from other schools, with whom she'd wander around town at night to avoid returning home. Warnings from teachers about dress code and conduct violations have fallen on deaf ears. With Hitomi going on reactionary rampages around school with her friends, breaking windows and disrupting classes. Recently, some teachers have taken to using harsher measures and even corporal punishment to correct Hitomi's behavior, but this has only served to exacerbate the animosity between Hitomi and the school. Hitomi is widely regarded as the leader of the troublemakers at Komagata High School, but the title does not mean much to her. Seems like they're not coming after us. Let's hope they didn't see our faces. But Yako, what came over you all of a sudden? Sorry, thanks for stopping me. It's like this uncontrollable rage suddenly welled up inside me. Wonder what's gotten into me. I can barely even remember what happened. Really sorry. I do think it's partly the curse's influence on you, but we certainly saw something shocking. My heart's still pounding. I'm a little surprised you know Hitomi from Class A. She tends to stand out a lot. Gotcha. Well, she certainly does dress like a delinquent, though she barely shows up to school. They're behind you! But could Miss Jonuichi or Hitomi really be a curse bearer? Yes, they are. I don't know, but we should be careful just in case. Yako? When I give the signal, run. Go straight for the entrance. Don't look back, no matter what. Huh? Why, did something happen? Something happened, didn't it? What about you, Mio? I'll be fine. We'll meet up outside the school gates. If I'm not there in 10 minutes, go straight home, okay? Okay, go! Right. Don't look back, don't look back. I think Mio's dead. Have to get outside. Let's see, to get to the gates, I go by the gym and... What are you doing, miss? Eek. Oh. Oh, the janitor. Oh, shit. You shouldn't be here this late. Don't you know what time it is? Oh, Mr. Ashimiya. Well, if it isn't little Yako. Anyway, students ain't supposed to be outside playing around at night. Isn't this guy supposed to be sus? Makoto is the janitor at Komagata High School. His predecessor was nearing retirement, so he began working as his replacement about 6 months ago. Makoto is popular among the students for his friendly and caring nature, going so far as to remember the names and faces of all those attending the school. He is affectionately known as Old Man Ashimiya. Although he appears to be a simple, amiable man, Makoto's occasional shrewd remarks have led to speculation among students that he may have led a far more interesting life than it seems. Whatever the truth may be, he'll be remembered as one of the 7 mysteries of Komagata High School for some time to come. I know you're rough around the edges, but I didn't take you for one to act out like this. I'm sorry. Sorry, I forgot something back in the classroom. Ha, no sass today, huh? Realized you're in the wrong, did you? Yes. Got something in your classroom, huh? You're a piece of work. Hmm? You don't have nothing with you. Oh. Wait. You do? What's that in your hand? Huh? Well, this is what I forgot. I got it from my grandpa. It's really important to me. Girls these days sure have weird tastes. Well, okay, better head straight home if you're done. I won't tell on you. No, wait. I can't let you walk home alone this late. Uh-oh. Alright, just wait a little. I'll hurry and lock things up. But... I think the janitor is sus, you know. There's something really fishy about the janitor. Just a hunch. And they did mention something about a janitor, like in previous dialogue. Excuse me. I'm worried about Mio. Actually, a friend of mine is still inside. I think they'll be here soon. That's so. Who's your friend? My classmate Mio Kurosuzu. Ah, the transfer student? Breaking school rules already, huh? Didn't take her for the type. No, I was the one who dragged her here. Well, whatever. I'll go take a look. It'll be safer if you go home together. Oh, right. She's on the first floor hallways. Be careful though, you don't know what may be there. What's that supposed to mean? First floor, yeah? I'll be right back. One hour later. She's late. Been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Starting to get worried. I'm gonna take a look. You sure that's a good idea? Mio, are you there? Uh-oh. Huh? Shit, she's dead. Mio, what happened? Where did I go wrong this time? That's my fault. It's all my fault. Yeah, that's the one-sided read, isn't it? I left her alone with a curse bearer. Mio. Yeah, so we can probably redo this. I'm sorry, the truth is, yeah, we're dead. We're dead. My, you seem to have arrived at a less than favorable result. But this was bound to happen. There's someone who must not be trusted. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? If so, you may choose to withhold important information from that person. Fear not, you may try as many times as you like from the event in question. Try again. So we need to lie to the janitor, I guess. But you don't have nothing with you. Oh. Wait, you do? What's that in your hand? Huh? Yeah, okay, so... blah, blah. No, wait, I can't let you walk home this late. Alright, just wait a little. I'll hurry and lock things up. But... Alright, Mr. John Uchi was actually looking for you inside the main building. Uh-huh. What's that? He's here right now? What's he thinking? I don't know, he was in Class 3B on the second floor just a bit ago. Well, I suppose that means I can't be locking up yet. Second floor, you said. I'll go take a peek. Be back in a jiff. My house is really close by. I'll be fine on my own, really. That's so. Ah, the snack shop, right? Suppose you'll be fine then. Be careful now, you hear? Stay on the big, well-lit streets. If something happens, shout fire. Oh-ho? Okay, you worried too much. Well, we wouldn't want to be losing any more students. So I imagine you'd know that better than anyone. Yes, you're right. Mio's late. Been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Huh? There's someone coming down the road. That's... Oh no, a teacher. It's Mr. Araishi. Which one did he have again? Araishi, ever-burning lantern. Okay. He looks on edge. Wonder what he's doing. Wait, he's the one who discovered the rite of resurrection. It wouldn't be strange for him to be involved with the curses. Wonder if he has a curse stone. What do I do? But it's way past the 10 minutes Mio said she'd be here by. I managed to escape. I can't let that go to waste. I need to get out of here before anyone sees me. Ah, I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't think the walk has ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use that curse once it's light outside. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. But for now, I need some rest. That's safe? Chapter 1. Really? How many chapters are there? Jesus. This is going to be a very long one, I guess. So that's a branch right there. Okay, so can I continue this? Resume. Is that as far as I can resume it, though? Is it suspended, right? Maybe it only has 1.5 chapters. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna save it there, though. We'll pick this up tomorrow, because it seems like it's a good enough place to do that. But yeah, this has been pretty interesting. Yeah, we'll pick this up tomorrow. I should be on roughly the same time. It doesn't look like we have a huge amount left to do, but yeah, we should be able to wrap this up hopefully pretty soon, because I think all of this takes part in a night. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a good stream, and hopefully you enjoyed that. We will obviously finish this off tomorrow if we can. If I don't see you tomorrow, then I will see you whenever I see you. Have a good week. Yeah, I'll see you later. Good night, and thank you for stopping by. Yeah, it's been good. Thanks for all the raids as well. It's been pretty good. But yeah, if I don't see you tomorrow, have a good week. And if I do see you tomorrow, let's continue this on. Laters.